Expand your vocabulary with our core 2,000 words ebook. It's free and packed with essential expressions that you'll use on a daily basis. Start building your vocabulary today. Click the link in the description below to download your free English ebook before it's gone.
Hi everybody, my name is Alicia, and today we're going to be talking about 10 of the hardest words to pronounce according to you guys. So we collected some information from you on Facebook. Thanks very much for sending in your ideas. And these were the top 10 most difficult words for you to pronounce. So let's get started. Absolutely. Absolutely. Absolutely might be tough to pronounce. Absolutely means 100%. Absolutely is an agreement phrase. Are you going to that music event next week? Absolutely. Yes, 100%, definitely. Absolutely. Loot, like a lute. L-U-T-E. Begrime. Begrime apparently means dirty. I have never heard nor used this word before, but perhaps it's difficult to pronounce. Begrime. The door to my apartment was begrimed in the storm last week. Breakfast. The next word is breakfast. Breakfast is hard to pronounce, but that is the meaning of breakfast. You're breaking the fast. So a fast is a period of time without eating, and to break means well, in this case, breaking something. It doesn't refer to like crushing a thing, but stopping something. To break the fast of the night, in other words. So you're fasting during the night, you're not eating, so you wake up in the morning, you break the fast. But we don't say break fast, we say breakfast. In a sentence, this morning for breakfast, I ate a bowl of cereal with grapes, and I had a coffee too. Colleague. Colleague, yes, colleague. Many of my students struggle with this. They say colleague, or they say colleague or something, because the spelling of this word is really, really strange. There's that G-U-E at the end. Or more commonly, I feel, it's just coworker. Colleague sounds slightly more formal to me than coworker. Somebody who you work with, or somebody who you have a business relationship with in some sense. Could be a person from another company, could be somebody from your own company. Anyone who you do business dealings with is your colleague, can be your colleague. In a sentence, I'm going to a networking event with my colleagues next week. Miscellaneous. That M-I-S-C, miscellaneous. It's just the spelling, I think, maybe is confusing for this word, miscellaneous. Miscellaneous just means other stuff, or just other uncategorized stuff. I keep a lot of miscellaneous items in a drawer in my house. Maybe they don't really fit into one category, like it's not kitchen things, it's not clothing. It's just sort of a mixture of things, miscellaneous things. Negotiation. The next word is negotiation. Negotiation, yeah, there are two T's in this, but neither T is a hard T. They're both very soft, that sh sound, because they're followed by the I and another vowel, the she, a negotiation. Negotiation refers to a compromise between two people. You're trying to make a decision and you negotiate. In this case, that's the noun form, negotiation. Business negotiations continued for more than a month with this important deal. Realm. Realm, I see why this one's hard. It's that realm part, the realm. It's a weird word, isn't it? It's used to talk about just like the kind of a fantasy world is sort of the nuance of this phrase, the realm. In a sentence, let us go to the realm where the elves live and eat their bread. Unfortunately. The next word is unfortunately. 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 It just means too bad. You can use this to start bad news, for example, like unfortunately I can't come to work today because I'm sick, or unfortunately I broke my arm at the basketball game last week, or unfortunately my haircut is bad. Vocabulary. 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 Vocabulary just refers to the words in a language. My vocabulary in my second language is really, really low. I need a bigger vocabulary so that I can express myself more clearly. World. World. Ah, I see why this one's hard. World, world, hard to pronounce. That RLD, I think, together is tough. Plus that W at the beginning as well. It's such a short word, but you have to say so many weird things at the same time. World. Your tongue is going blah, blah, like this. In a sentence, I have traveled all over the world, and the best food is in my stomach. That's the end. So those were 10 hard to pronounce words. give them a try slowly at first and just kind of try to work up to saying it at a more natural speed, if you like. Thank you so much for sharing your opinions with us on Facebook. And please make sure to subscribe to our channel so that you don't miss out on any of this fun information. So thanks again for watching today, and we'll see you again next time. Bye! You don't need new shoes, you need new feet. Hi everybody, my name is Alicia, and today we're going to be talking about 10 phrases that you always want to hear. So let's begin. You win. The first phrase is you win. You win. If you hear the phrase you win, it means you have won something. You are probably going to receive something for free. Woo! That's a very happy thing, right? You want to get free things. Congratulations! You win a car! Yay! Here are the keys to your new car. Great, thank you! I brought you something special. This is exciting to hear because it means this little something special is like, oh, I thought only of you, so I brought you this. I brought you something special. Really? Thank you. I miss you. I miss you. I miss you is nice. You can use this with your friends, your family members, your partner, whoever. I miss you shows that you want to meet the other person. Probably you haven't seen them as much as you would like to, so you can say, I miss you. I miss you. Call your husband or wife or boyfriend, girlfriend, whoever on the phone. Maybe you haven't seen them for a long time. You can say, I miss you. I miss you too. Take a break. I'll do the cleaning today. Take a break. I'll do the cleaning today. This means someone else is going to clean up your house for you or clean up something for you. I would be very happy to hear this phrase right now because my apartment is a disaster because I'm only there to sleep. So maybe you've had a long day at work or a long day doing something. You come home and somebody else has offered to do this for you. So take a break. I'll do the cleaning today. And you can reply, really? Thank you so much. I'm going to relax. The budget is unlimited. The next phrase that you always want to hear is the budget is unlimited. The budget is unlimited. This could be at work. This could be a budget, a personal budget maybe, but it just means there's no limit to the budget. You can spend as much money as you want. Woohoo! Very exciting. So let's see, in a business context, perhaps you have this new client who's going to give you a lot of money to build a new house or something. Maybe you're building houses. That's your project. Your boss comes to you. The budget for this project is unlimited. Really? Let's go crazy. Dun, dun, dun. There'll be a bonus at the end of the month. Yeah, this is a phrase that you probably are very excited to hear. It means you are going to receive extra money from your job at the end of the month. Woohoo, very exciting, extra money. Maybe you'll hear this from your boss or your manager, or maybe your coworker at work, or maybe you see it in an email. There'll be a bonus at the end of the month. Really? I'm going to use mine to buy a new car. Really? I'm going to use mine to go out on a date. Really? I'm going to use mine to get a new fish. You did a great job. You did a great job. You did a great job is something you'll probably hear from, well, I don't know, you could hear this from pretty much anybody. Anytime you've done a good job, someone will congratulate you or tell you their opinion with this phrase. You did a great job. You finished a project at work and your boss says, you did a great job. Nice. Thank you so much. It was really fun. Or thank you. Just say thank you. You look great today. You look great today. The other person thinks that your physical appearance is nice today. Don't think about the today part, you know, just take the compliment. Be like, oh, really? Thank you so much. You look great today. Oh, thank you so much. I got a new haircut. Thank you so much. I got enough sleep. Yeah. You were right. You were right. This means that something that you said in the past was correct, and everybody likes to be correct, I think. I saw that movie that you recommended. You were right. It was really good. Oh, good. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Don't be like, I know, or yeah, I knew I was right. Don't do that. Just say, oh, good. I'm glad. You're an excellent cook. You're an excellent cook. This is a nice compliment, especially for someone who enjoys cooking. If you say, you're an excellent cook, it means you enjoyed their food. So let's see. At a dinner party, for example, you're an excellent cook. This food is delicious. Oh, thank you so much. I'm really glad you enjoyed it. And that's the end. So those are things that you want to hear. So keep in mind, it's nice for you to hear these things, but other people also want to hear them too. So compliment other people. Tell them that they are awesome if they're awesome. Tell them that they have good skills in whatever it is that they like to do. People like to be complimented. People want to be liked. So write them a message or say something nice to them. Yes, leave us a comment. We have a great team of people doing all these amazing things. So tell them how much you love them. So thanks so much for joining us for this week's lesson. We will see you again next time. Please make sure to subscribe if you have not already, so that you don't miss out on any fun stuff. Thank you very much again for watching, and we'll see you again soon. Bye. I guess I don't really need to do that. I'm so sorry. Amped all the time. Japanese bug battle!
Hi everyone, I'm Christine from EnglishClass101.com. In this video, we'll be going over how to agree or disagree in English like a boss. Let's begin. I don't agree. No. Of course. I agree. Oh, absolutely. Maybe? Yes, you're right. I couldn't agree with you more. That's exactly how I feel. Exactly. No doubt about it. You have a point there. I was just going to say that. I guess so. Well, I'm not sure. I don't disagree with you. If you say so, you're wrong. I don't think so. I'm afraid I disagree. That's not always the case. What do you think? Can I add something here? Let's just move on, shall we? I think we're going to have to agree to disagree. That's true. How was it? If you have any more questions, please leave a comment below. See you next time.
Here I go, here I go, here I go. Hi everybody, my name is Alicia. Welcome back to Top Words. Today we're going to be talking about 10 phrases that make you look like a fool. Hopefully you never use them. Let's start. I don't need to learn anything anymore. I don't need to learn anything anymore. If you say this, you sound like I know all the information ever. I'm done learning, I'm done studying. Of course you need to learn, of course you need to study. Please don't say this phrase. I don't need your advice. I don't need your advice. I don't need your advice. You sound like you don't appreciate what they're saying. You sound like you don't want to hear anything from them. I really think that you need to be studying more. I'm concerned about your grades, Jeff. I don't need your advice, Mom. I know everything. I know everything. This is awful. Nobody wants to hear you say this because it's just not true. Are you ready for the test next week, Steve? Yeah, I'm good. I know everything. No, you don't. I'm not ready to learn English. I'm not ready to learn English. You can study anything at any time, pretty much. I really think that you should start studying English before your trip to America next year. No, I don't think I'm ready to start learning English. See how stupid that sounds? もういいよ。英語いらないよ。I'm right and you're wrong. I'm right and you're wrong. You sound awful when you say this. Nobody likes to hear that they've made a mistake and that you're happy about that. That's what the nuance of this phrase is. I'm right, you're wrong. Don't say this phrase unless you're very, very close with the other person and you know that it's okay to joke together. I'm right, you're wrong. It's too hard. Don't even try. It's too hard, don't even try. This sounds like you're giving up before you've even started doing something. If you don't try, you never know. Right? Hey, I think I'm going to start studying English this week because I'm going to Canada next year. What do you think? Don't even try. It's way too hard. Oh, really? You think it's too hard? Okay, I guess I won't. Don't do that. Just do what I say. Just do what I say. Just do what I say. Parents might use this phrase a lot with their children, actually. But if you say this to your friends or to your colleagues, you're going to sound like a really mean or difficult to work with person. Just do what I say. We can't do that. The next phrase is we can't do that. This could also be changed to I can't do that. Again, this sounds like you're giving up before you even tried to do something. I can't do that. You're not prepared or you're not even willing to try. Hey, Stevens, do you think that you could take care of this report for next week? We need it for our client meeting. No, I don't think I can do that. No, that's not my job. That's not my responsibility. You're not very smart. You're not very smart. That's not a nice thing to say. If someone makes a mistake and you say, oh, you're not very smart, that's so mean. It's so rude. Everybody makes mistakes from time to time. Don't tell them that they're stupid. Don't say you're not very smart. That's hurtful. And an example of what not to do. I'm so sorry about this mistake that I made in my report last week. I'll fix it. I promise I'll fix it and I'll send it to you right away. I can't believe you made such a simple mistake. You're not very smart, are you? Everybody makes mistakes. You'll never succeed. You'll never succeed. You'll never succeed. This is a phrase that shows you're not supporting the other person, and maybe you're even trying to hold them back. How awful is that? Who would say that? Don't say that. And I hope no one ever says this to you. I'm going to join a marathon race next summer. I can't wait. A marathon? You're never going to succeed with that. Do you know how hard those are? Have you even started training? Well, no, but I think I can do it. I just need a few months and, I need to take care of myself and work hard. No way. There's no way that you can do that. It's not possible. Oh, you really think so? I was so looking forward to it, too. Thank goodness that's the end. Oh my gosh, those were some sad phrases. I hope that nobody says those phrases to you, but I hope also that you don't use these phrases with other people because they're hurtful, really. Try to be positive. So thanks very much for joining us for this lesson, and we will see you again soon. Bye. I'm very insecure about my acting abilities. Well, there's sound coming through this. I love the awkward pauses. Yeah. Hi everybody, welcome back to Top Words. My name is Alicia, and today we're going to talk about 10 different ways to remember words. So these are actually some ways to remember words that you have sent in to us. So I'm really excited to see what your recommendations are. I study other languages, so let's talk about it. Let's see. I associate new words with words that sound similar in my native language. If you're studying English, your native language might share some words. So like I'm studying Japanese, and for example, the word chocolate sounds very, very similar in Japanese. So in English, the word is chocolate. In Japanese, the word is chocoreto. So it sounds similar. So that's an easy word for me to remember. I learn about the roots of words and how different words are related to each other. Many words in English have roots in very, very old languages like Latin. So a word like omniscient, for example, can be broken down into maybe two parts. The omni meaning all or everything, and scient, the scient part, relates to knowledge or knowing. So together the word means all-knowing, omniscient. Maybe you can guess the meaning even if it's the first time you've seen the word. Okay. I listen to songs and memorize the lyrics. This is also a common way to help kids learn things, too, through songs. Opposite of b plus or minus the square root, b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. It's a quadratic function equation. Because it's a song, it's still in my head. Thank you, Mrs. Syme. I often watch TV or YouTube videos that are designed for young children. That's how children in the native language learn, so it's a great tool for you. Don't be embarrassed to do that. I do that. In English, we have Dora the Explorer, we have Sesame Street. I speak as often as possible with native speakers. A native speaker can go, that's a strange thing that you're saying. So there are a lot of small factors that you can't get unless you're speaking with a native speaker. So this is a really, really great tip. If you're interested in doing this with us, we have on EnglishClass101.com a special subscription, which is called the elite level of subscription, where you get to actually study with one of our teachers here. So if you don't have somebody that you can study with now, that might be a way to do it. Please check that out if you're interested. I try to use the language routinely in the context of daily life. When you're alone, just doing stuff at home, like making breakfast or cooking or doing the laundry, if you use the language just to say like, now I'm going to, I don't know, cut vegetables, or, oh, I need to do laundry later today, or thinking about your appointment, whatever. Another good example is really, I put my phone into my target language. You're telling little stories when you're having conversations with people, so get used to telling yourself the story. I use repetition, reading, writing, and speaking words over and over again. Keep repeating in your studies, even if it feels like you're not making any progress. You are. Just the act of doing that repetition can be helpful for you. If a football player never throws a football, he's not going to be able to throw it very well, is he? You have to repeat, 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 and then when you're faced with the actual situation where you need to throw the football, you need to use that vocabulary word, you're ready. You already know how to say the word. So yes, repeat. It's good. I try to think in English, so it becomes natural to my thought process. I do this. I think about what I need to do. I think about what I have done. I think about what I'm going to do. And so in that way, you can practice past tense, future tense, and present tense. Recently, this has been happening to me. I've started dreaming in Japanese from time to time, or I dream bilingually. It's exciting, I think. I try to use the word in a simple sentence, so I learn whole phrases, not just individual words. Yes, this is a huge tip. So vocabulary is important, of course. If you don't know a key word, you might miss the meaning of something, but context is important too. So there might be two words which seem very similar, like big and large, for example, but when should I use large? When should I use big? Like if you're clothes shopping and you say, do you have this in a big size? It might not be the correct way to use the word. Instead, do you have this in a large size is the correct phrase. So learning how to use the correct vocabulary word at the correct time is important, and you can do that through studying sentences and phrases instead of just vocabulary. This is why reading is important, I feel. Reading as much as possible, especially the newspaper, helps me to remember words. When I was a kid, I just read everything. I was so into reading, I loved it. And I think that it actually helped my language skills improve, even in my native language. Again, at first it's really hard to do, and you might have to use a dictionary a lot, but you'll learn gradually more natural speaking patterns, more natural writing patterns too, which will help you to sound more natural when you speak. And maybe it can help your listening skills too, when you can listen for those patterns that you see in textbooks, that you see in newspapers, in novels, whatever. It's a great tool, reading. And thank goodness, that's the end. So those are 10 tips that you can use to remember new words and new phrases. Try them out. I'm going to be doing my best with my target language. I hope that you do too. Thank you very much for watching. Please, please, please subscribe to our channel if you have not already, and we will see you again soon for more exciting information. Bye. I have to go to the bathroom really bad. Okay.
Hi everyone, I'm Christine from EnglishClass101.com. In this video, we'll be talking about how to curse like an English native speaker. Piss, a slang term for urine. For example, don't piss your pants. You can say this when you're really scared or anxious. For example, if you're about to go on stage to make a speech or perform, someone can say, don't piss your pants. You can do it. Pissed off, to be really angry. When I'm angry, I can say, hey, I'm really pissed off at you right now. Why did you do that for? Loser, used to describe an uncool person. In high school, my friends and I would use this a lot, and we would say, hey loser, how's it going? Idiot, used to insult people by saying they're not intelligent. Of all the mean things that you can say, this is on the lighter side, but people still use it. Shoot, this is used to show disappointment or frustration without using a stronger curse word. Shoot, I spilled my coffee. Shut up. You can use this when you want them to be quiet, or there's something surprising that you just heard. You can say, shut up, no way. Ticked off, to be really angry. You can say this with pissed off. So this is actually an older term. Not many people use this as much anymore because most people actually just use pissed off. Fool. This is similar to saying someone is like a clown. You can say, you're acting like a fool right now. Jerk. This is a light insult used to describe someone who is mean. For example, if there's someone bullying another person, that person is being a jerk. Wimp. This means someone who isn't strong. There is a movie out right now called Diary of a Wimpy Kid. Have you seen it? Have you not? I haven't yet. So how was it? If you have any more questions, please leave a comment below. See you next time.
Vamos a la piscina. That means we're going to the movie theater, right? All right. Hi, everybody. My name is Alicia. Welcome back to Top Words. Today, we're going to be talking about must-know expressions for agreeing and disagreeing. Very useful. So let's go. Exactly. When you agree 100% with something someone else has said, you can say exactly. For example, ramen is one of the best foods in the world. Exactly. I don't agree. I don't agree. You have a different opinion from the other person. They tell you, I think that soccer is the best sport. You can say, I don't agree, but be prepared to provide your own opinion after this. I think soccer is the best sport. I don't agree. I think that football is. Oh, that could cause some problems. Soccer, football. Americans say football when we mean American football, but the rest of the world says football when they mean soccer. Maybe. Maybe is when you don't know, when you can't make a decision or when you're not sure about something. Okay, so someone tosses you an opinion. Someone says their idea to you. I think it's gonna rain tomorrow. You can say, yeah, maybe. You don't know for sure, yes or no, but it's possible. It's a good sort of in-between expression. But if you use maybe all the time, it's gonna sound really strange and it's gonna sound like you can't make a decision. So use maybe very sparingly. Don't use it so often. Maybe is very commonly used as a soft no. It's up to you to figure that out among the people that you're talking to, though. Do you want to stay over at my house this weekend? Maybe. I couldn't agree with you more. You are in complete agreement with the other person and really want to communicate that to them. You think that what they have just said is really, really correct, super correct. Yes, you are completely on board with that idea. You can say, I couldn't agree with you more. I couldn't, the negative form. I could not agree with you more, meaning it's not possible that I could agree more with what you're saying. Next week, it's really important that we have a barbecue because summer is ending. And then your friend can say, I couldn't agree more. That's a fantastic idea. I'll buy steak. I think we're going to have to agree to disagree. Agree to disagree. This is a kind of, it seems like a simple phrase, agree to disagree. So you're agreeing with the other person. You agree that we have a different opinion. Agree to disagree. I would use this expression at the end of a discussion. So person A and person B have different opinions, and they've been discussing those opinions for a long time. And person A is not changing his or her opinion. Person B is not changing his or her opinion. So you can say at the end of the conversation, okay, we have to agree to disagree. Let's just accept our different opinions and move on in the conversation. You have a point there. This is not necessarily an agreement or disagreement phrase. It's a small agreement within a larger discussion. So maybe you've been discussing a topic for a long time and you've disagreed with the other person until this time. This person says something and you agree with that. You have a point there. So there's one thing that this person has said that you can agree with. You can say, you have a point there. I think that's correct, or I agree with that point. That's exactly how I feel. That's exactly how I feel. Meaning, my feeling is the same as your feeling, or my opinion is the same as your opinion. That's exactly how I feel. Maybe you can use this if someone describes your feeling very accurately. For example, you can say, I feel like the company is really heading in a nice new direction. You can say, yeah, that's exactly how I feel. I really like the new boss. I don't think so. I don't think so. It's soft. It's not so direct. It's not a hard, I disagree, but just, I don't think so. Of course, you can use it to discuss opinions, but you can also use it when you're making plans. Are you going to that party this weekend? I don't think so. It's not a disagreement, but it can be used as a negation phrase, a negative response to something. When used as an opinion, I think Chinese is the hardest language to learn. You can say, I don't think so. I think that Arabic is the hardest language to learn. Yes, you're right. Yes, you're right means you're correct. Yes, I agree with you. I think that's the right information. I think that's the correct opinion. Just a very clear agreement phrase. You're right. It also has the nuance of being correct. So maybe there was a possibility the other person could be incorrect. Did you know that pepperoni pizza is the most delicious pizza in the world? Yes. You're right. So you could change it to that's right for that opinion. You can use your to talk specifically about the person itself, but that's right. Yes, that's right. That information is correct. I guess so. I guess so. It's an agreement, but it's sort of a flaky agreement. I guess so. It's like you don't really want to make a decision, but you don't feel strongly in one, like in agreement or disagreement. You can say, I guess so. It's usually said with this tone of voice, I guess so. You know, we don't really say, I guess so. Generally, it's like you can't quite make a decision or you don't want to make a decision. You can say, I guess so. Hey, we're going to go for Chinese food for dinner tonight. Do you want to come? Yeah, I guess so. You don't feel strongly either way. I guess so. I'm afraid I disagree. It's a rather polite expression that you can use in a business situation, for example. I'm afraid here doesn't mean I'm actually scared or I'm really frightened, but just it's a softener that's used at the beginning of sentences to introduce a negative opinion. So I'm afraid I disagree, or I'm afraid I can't agree with you, for example. I think that you need to adopt a new policy for your company. I'm afraid I disagree. It's a soft disagreement that sounds a bit more formal than some of the other phrases we've talked about so far. Absolutely. Absolutely means 100%. Yes, exactly, precisely, definitely. It's a quick and clear and can be polite as well as casual word that means you agree with the other person. Hey, do you want to go to the beach this weekend? Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Oh, that's the end. So those are some phrases that you can use to agree and disagree with other people. There are a lot of them, and you can kind of mix and match them as you see fit. So give them a try. Thanks very much for watching this episode of Top Words, and we'll see you again soon. Bye. Playa's Beach. Okay.
Hi everyone, I'm Christine from EnglishClass101.com. In this video, we'll be talking about the top 10 English slang words. Let's begin. Creepy. This is used to say that someone makes you uncomfortable. Teacher's pet. This is used as an insult to classmates who try too hard to impress the teacher, or for someone who is especially liked by a teacher. Scaredy cat. An insult for people who are easily scared. Tattletale. A person who tells authority figures information in order to get someone in trouble. Nerd. A person who is smart but not cool. Ginger. This is an insult for people with red hair. Bimbo. Used as an insult for women who aren't smart. Jock. Used as an insult for men who are into sports and aren't smart. Show off. Someone who takes every opportunity to display their talent. Clown. Used to say that someone is silly. How was it? If you have any more questions, please leave a comment below. See you next time.
Hi everybody, welcome back to Top Words. My name is Alicia, and today we're going to talk about 10 mistakes that native English speakers make. So let's get started. Less, fewer. Okay, so the first mistake that native speakers make is they confuse less and fewer. Less and fewer are very similarly used. However, there's a key grammar difference between them. We use the word less to refer to uncountable nouns, a quantity of uncountable nouns. We use fewer for countable nouns. So, for example, to use fewer, I could say, I made fewer mistakes on this test than I did on the last one. And to use less, I could say, I made less money last year than I did this year. So when you want to make a comparison with a countable noun, when you want to talk about a smaller quantity of something or smaller amount of something, with a countable noun, you should use fewer. If you're talking about an uncountable noun, you should use less. So please be careful. Less and fewer. Less uncountable, fewer countable. Your. The next pair is actually a spelling-related mistake. It's your and your. So Y-O-U-R and Y-O-U''R-E. Your is the possessive, like something that belongs to you is yours, your item. Y-O-U''R-E is the contracted form of you are. You are great. You are funny. You are tired, for example. Native speakers often make spelling mistakes because these two words sound the same, but actually they're grammatically different. So, another example sentence. Your performance was really great. My parents think you're great. My parents think you're great. So here we have the ''R-E, your. So please be careful. Native speakers often make this spelling mistake. There. Okay, so the next mistake that many native speakers make is, again, a spelling-related mistake. It's with the three types of there. There's there, as in over there, a location. There's their, T-H-E-I-R, the possessive form, something belonging to them. and THEY', the contracted form of they are. Native speakers often make spelling mistakes with these three words because they sound the same. There. They all sound the same, but in terms of grammar, they have different functions. So, in an interesting sentence, you could say, they're in their car over there, or they're over there in their car. Oh. So, we can use all of these words in the same sentence, but in order to correctly express the meaning, we need to make sure the spelling is correct too. It's. The next mistake that many native speakers make is a punctuation mistake, usually. The difference here is between it's with an apostrophe and it's without an apostrophe. So the word it's with an apostrophe can be the contracted form of it is or it has, depending on the sentence. It's with no apostrophe just means the possessive form of something. So something which belongs to it, some it outside this discussion. So native speakers often forget which one gets an apostrophe. Does the possessive get an apostrophe or not? So no, the possessive form does not take an apostrophe here. The only apostrophes are for the contracted form of it is and it has. So please don't make this mistake that native speakers make. In a sentence, I saw Star Wars. It's a really cool movie. Its effects are awesome. Nuclear versus nuclear. Okay, the next mistake is a pronunciation mistake. Many native speakers make this mistake. Many high-ranking officials, presidents make this mistake. Politicians make this mistake. The word nuclear is spelled Nuclear, nuclear. However, many people pronounce this as nuclear for some reason. I don't know why this is, but many people say nuclear instead of nuclear. If you pay attention to the news, you'll probably hear this after a short discussion of this topic. Somebody will say the word nuclear. I don't know why this is, but nuclear is the correct pronunciation of this word. Don't pronounce nuclear as nuclear. Could have versus could of. Okay, the next mistake that native speakers make is, again, a spelling, usually a written problem. It's could have and could of. Could have and could of. So actually, could of is the mistake here. We don't use the could of. Could of is not a grammar point here. Rather, when native speakers use the contracted form of could have, it sounds like could have. So for example, I could have come to the party if I finished my homework, or I could have met you last weekend, or I could have, blah, blah, blah. It's could have, but when speaking, in speech, it sounds like of, I could have, because the contracted form sounds like v, like of. It makes a v sound, an of sound. So sometimes native speakers write could of. However, this is incorrect. We should write could have if you want to use the expanded, the regular form instead of the contracted form. So could have should be used instead of could of. Could of is a mistake. Please use could have instead. Okay, so one more example sentence. I could have explained better. Effect versus effect. So the next mistake that many native speakers make is with the words effect with an E and effect with an A. While there are some maybe less common differences between how these words are used, especially the word effect with an E, in most situations, we can consider the difference of these two words to be in grammatical function. The word effect with an E is typically used as a noun, as in a side effect or the effect of something. When we use effect with an A, it's typically used as a verb in a sentence, like this change is going to affect my life, or I don't want to affect your family, for example. When we use it as a verb, we should use A, the A spelling. When we use a noun, we should use the E spelling. Yes, there are some situations where effect with an E is used as a verb. It's in, let's see, for example, in situations where we want to explain a change occurring or something which causes a change. We say to effect change, meaning causing something or in order to do something. But again, that use is not as common as what I talked about before, the noun and the verb differentiation of these two. So if you like, you can look more into that. But in general, consider E as your noun form of effect and A as your verb form of effect. Example sentences. The drug had a strong effect. The drug affected my body. There's a lot of. So the next mistake that people make is they begin a sentence with there's, there is, the contracted form of there is. They say there's a lot of, and then they complete the statement with the plural form of a noun, like there's a lot of people in here, or there's a lot of blah, blah, blahs, like cookies in the kitchen. The problem here is that we're beginning the sentence with there's, there is, the singular form, there is. So that means that the noun that follows that phrase also needs to be in the singular. There is a something. We can't use the plural form here. So many native speakers, maybe they don't think about the next part of the sentence, and they begin their sentence with there's something, something, something. This is a very common mistake, actually. If you're using the plural form of a noun, you need to use there are instead. There are a lot of people in the room. There are a lot of cookies in the kitchen, for example. So think about plural noun and the plural form of is or are in the singular as well. So this is a very common one. Be careful of that. Vague use of pronouns. The next one is a huge problem in writing. So people are sometimes very vague. Vague means unclear about using like pronouns, him or her or he or she, especially in cases where there might be many people involved in a situation. So if, for example, I say, he gave the book to her after he finished reading it, it's like, how many people are involved in this situation? I said he gave the book to her after he finished reading it. There are two he's in that sentence. Are they the same person? We don't know. So it can be very important to identify all the actors in a sentence or in a paragraph to prevent confusion. So if it is a situation like that where I say something like, he gave the book to her after he finished it, but there are two different men involved in that sentence, I might say like, Mike gave her the book after Gary finished it, for example. Or if it's Mike the whole way through, I could say, Mike gave Mary the book once he had finished reading it, for example. We could change the sentence slightly if we really want to make it clear. But just make your, all of your pronouns should be very, very clear to your reader. If you use he and she and it's not clear who you're talking about, you can really confuse the person listening or the person reading. So please be careful of this. Faulty parallelism. The next one is faulty parallelism, or in other words, it's a grammatical function where all the items in a list, usually in a list or in bullet points as well, all the items in those lists or in those categories should have the same grammatical type of expression. So by that I mean if you're using a noun phrase for everything, all the items should be a noun. You should use a noun phrase for everything. If you're using verbs or if you're using a complete sentence, or depending on your situation, the grammar of each one of those items in the list should be the same. So sometimes people will say, for example, I like cooking and reading and watch a movie. The problem here is I've used cooking, reading, so these are two, like I'm using the gerund form, so they're essentially like nouns. So cooking and reading, and watch a movie. So watch a movie sounds similar, like these are three hobbies. I like to watch a movie, for example. It sounds kind of similar. We don't have a problem in communication, really. But grammatically, watch a movie is different from cooking or reading. So to fix this, we say, I like cooking, reading, and watching movies. So just make sure that everything that you're introducing in your list matches grammatically, and this won't be a problem for you. So yeah, if you're using all nouns, make sure you use all nouns. So just be aware of that. That's something that many native speakers run into as a problem sometimes. So those are 10 mistakes that native speakers make. Have you ever noticed a native speaker making a mistake? It happens. It really does happen from time to time. Let us know in the comments. Or if there's another mistake that you feel that you make a lot, let us know too, and maybe we can talk more about that in the future. Thanks very much for watching this episode of Top Words. If you liked this video, please make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel too. And also check us out at EnglishClass101.com, where you can find more resources, more grammar, audio, worksheets, all kinds of good stuff as well. I will see you in the next episode. Thanks very much for watching. Bye-bye. Expand your vocabulary with our core 2,000 words ebook. It's free and packed with essential expressions that you'll use on a daily basis. Start building your vocabulary today. Click the link in the description below to download your free English ebook before it's gone.